Hey guys, my name is Stephanie Wilson, and I am one of the coaches that's hosting this 3-day sneak peek into coaching and challenge groups. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm 24 years old. I live in Jackson, Tennessee with my amazing husband and our two 8.5-month-old twin boys, Jackson and Grayson. We just moved here from Omaha, and a year before that, we moved from North Carolina to Omaha. And originally, I am from Connecticut, and my husband's from Jersey. But we move around a lot, and it's because of his job. So he is in corporate manufacturing. He's a general manager for multi-million-dollar facilities that make different plastic parts around the country for different things. And so he constantly gets job offers to go to different companies that are failing or not doing very well and gets paid to turn them around in 2 years or less. So lately, up until we've had the boys, it's been fun to move around and see different parts of the country. But now that the boys are, starting to get a little older and eventually they're going to need to be in school, we want to make sure that we're where we're going to be forever in the very near future. So right now we're in Jackson, Tennessee. Hopefully we'll stay here. We like the area, but you never know. And so a little bit about us is that we do move around and that I actually used to work for my husband. So when we were in North Carolina, I worked for a company that moved from Connecticut to North Carolina, and we were not doing very well because of the move. So they hired Kelly to take over the company and make us profitable again, and he did just that. So as he was working there, we just became friends. And then a couple years into it, we met in 2012. We started dating in 2014, and we got married in 2015. And we just had our boys December 2016. So we are extremely happy. We love our life. He's more than successful and makes our life extremely comfortable and can give us anything that we want, while allowing me to spend 24/7 with our precious little boys and not having to send them to daycare and miss any moments that they have. But the reason why I became a coach was not only because I had twins and I was 171 pounds when I delivered them. I've always been around 120, 125 pounds. And so that was crazy for me, and it did so much to my body. And I've always been an athlete, so I wanted to get back to that. But also, being a stay-at-home mom was never really in my mindset when I was growing up. My mom was always the breadwinner. She is in corporate management for banking, and she's a vice president of a bank. So my whole life, she's been very successful, and she's been the working mom, the 70-hour-a-week mom that brings home what we need for everyday life. And so being a stay-at-home mom was not something that my family's ever done. My grandmother before her worked 4 jobs to support 4 kids. And so working was always what I thought I had to do. And it's always what I thought I wanted to do. And so after having the boys and realizing after my complications that nearly ended my life, I had a new found respect for taking it easy. And so a little farther into being home with the boys after having them, my husband, mentioned about being a stay-at-home mom, and I loved every second of it, and I'm so glad that I'm doing it. But at the same time, the girl who was raised with a working mom doesn't want to have to use her husband's income to buy him birthday presents and Christmas presents. So even though we don't need the money financially, I like to be able to contribute. I like to be able to help pay off debt since we went through IVF to have the boys. Obviously, we have some medical bills, and I would like to not have to use what my husband makes to pay those off, but also being able to make money for vacations and give the boys what they want and have extra money to spend basically with whatever we wanted to do, in addition to having my own money so that I don't have to borrow money from my husband to buy him presents. It just sounded like a good thing to do because it was going to get me back to being in shape, which is what I'd always been, and it was going to help me make a little bit of extra money and be able to contribute to the household. So being a coach was a no-brainer for me. A lot of people join challenge groups first, and then they see the benefit and they see the value and they see the results and they enjoy it and they want to become a coach. Well, I jumped in with 2 feet, and a girl that went through IVF with me was like, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach, so if you want some information, I'm not active right now, but I can give you the information to my coach, and she would love to help you out. So my coach is Lindsay Matway. She is a top star diamond coach for Beachbody. She is one of the top earners. She is one of the top most successful coaches in the company, and she is the one that is going to be in a lot of the videos that we share to give you information about the company. She is absolutely amazing. She is completely selfless, and she loves her family, and she loves fitness, and she loves God, and she loves everything to do with what this company stands for. So I'm very lucky to have her as my coach. And if anybody is going to decide to be a coach under me, you get to benefit from having her in your upline. So I talked to Lindsay and she set me up, and I've been a coach since May. Now, since being a coach since May, I am making enough money where I can consider it a part-time job. I absolutely love working from home. I love having a positive influence on people over social media, because social media can be really negative. And so I like being that little positive light. I like getting people to where they want to be mentally and physically. I love the idea of changing this generation so that we're a better example health-wise for the next generation. I love being an example for my boys, and just doing what's right. And so becoming a coach was one of the best decisions that I've ever made, because not only did I get myself back to mentally and physically where I wanted to be after going through all of that, but I get to do it for other people. And I love being someone's number one supporter, their encourager, their motivator, their shoulder to cry on when things get tough, their encourager when they don't want to do their workout, their mentor when they don't know how to eat right, and just their friend when they need someone to talk to. And so this company has given me the opportunity to do that and get paid to do something positive, get paid to not sell people products that they can go buy at a store, but to make money for my family by making someone else's family better and by improving their life. So I really never saw a downside to it. There really isn't a downside to it, in my opinion. Everything about this company is just freedom, whether it's financial freedom or freedom to decide what you want to do with it. It's all about freedom. So you can decide to, take your fitness journey on at your own pace and benefit from a discount, or you can do everything up to what my coach has done, where she makes 7 figures a year, and she's been doing this for 7 years, and she has dozens of thousands of coaches underneath her, and she's changed hundreds of thousands of lives. And she has complete financial freedom and complete freedom to give her family whatever they need. And that's something that I strive for. My husband is much older than me. We just clicked, and we were just really good friends, and one thing led to another. Obviously, we weren't looking for the age difference when we were looking for someone to be with at some point, but we could not be two better, more fit people to be together. And so my goal is to be able to retire my husband. Every time we have a weekend or vacation, we always say how much we want to be able to spend every day together with our kids, and be able to travel the country and buy a Prevost RV and travel wherever we want. And he doesn't want to have to work forever. Obviously, I don't want him to work in the stressful corporate world forever. And so that's why I decided to be a coach, was for my family, for myself, for other families who need someone to introduce this life to them. It's not a diet, it's not a workout routine, it's a lifestyle. And being a coach is a passion. You have to have the passion to work with a giving heart. You have to have a passion to help people. You have to have a passion to want to be the positive light in someone's life. And making money is just extra. If I could do this for free, I would. I will never promote anything that I wouldn't promote without making money, if that makes sense. So I'm extremely passionate about this, because it's not a catch, it's not a gimmick, it's not a temporary fix, it's not the easy route, but it's a route that will change you mentally and physically in the best way you could ever imagine. So with endless financial opportunity and endless opportunity to help myself and my family and help other people and their families, it was just a no-brainer. And it's something that I absolutely love to wake up and do every day. So I wanted to share with you guys, and along with my fellow friend Tammy, what we do and why we do it. And if anybody wants to take our hand and run with us to endless possibilities, we would love to absolutely have you do that. So if I'm someone that added you to the group, and at the end of this group you feel that you want more information, or maybe you want to see what it's like to be a coach, I would absolutely love to mentor you personally and allow my upline, who's Lindsay, to mentor you as well. We have a really good thing going, and I never push coaching on anyone, because ultimately you have to decide that it's something you want to do. I can't convince you that it's something you want to do, but if you do at the end of this group feel like it's maybe something that you should do, whether it's just for your discount or for extra money in your pocket to spend more time with your family, go on more vacations, pay off some debt, whatever it may be, or turn it into a full-time income where you don't have to work for someone else. The possibilities are endless, and I would love to support you in any of those options. So I hope you guys enjoy this group. Feel free to ask me any questions, any personal questions, any Beachbody questions or coaching questions underneath in the comments. I would love to answer them for you, but I look forward to doing this group with you guys and seeing what you get out of it.